KNSS HD2 Clearwater, an Odyssey sports station.
Hey, Wichita, it's Jacob Albrock. Stay right there for the latest breaking in sports talk. It's Sports Daily coming up next, exclusively on 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
I'm Taylor Bisciotti with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. The Raiders might be in the middle of a Super Bowl drought, but you can't say the same thing about the city they play in. The NFL announcing Monday that Las Vegas will be the site of Super Bowl 63 in February of 2029. Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford announced in February that he's returning for another season after winning the MVP. But who's going to be his backup? Head coach Sean McVay on Monday mentioned former Falcons quarterback Kirk Cousins as a possibility, saying, quote, "I'd love to be able to see what that looks like." Elsewhere, Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders is changing his jersey number from 12 back to the number 2 he wore in college for Colorado. And NFL Network insider Tom Pelissero reporting the Browns withdrew their proposal to allow teams to trade draft selections up to 5 years in advance instead of the current 3 years. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
While retinitis pigmentosa takes Mark's vision, his family gives him hope, whether at the family business or at home with his wife and sons. He knows he's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Mark, winning the fight means being there for his family. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH. This is Sports Daily.
Welcome in, everybody, to another edition of Sports Daily. Glad to be here with you, Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleland. Making our way through a Tuesday, late night back from the cave for both of us, out covering the Royals home opener. That one's in the books. Now we got the Wind Surge home opener later this week. TJ, as baseball kind of takes center stage away from basketball a little bit here. But it's a fun week. It's a good week for baseball. We'll talk about that Royals game in a little bit as we go. The big story today for us is the Shockers Day on Monday while we were both away. Retaining some big-time talent, great timing. Paul Mills will join us later this hour. We'll get the very latest. We'll discuss those moves. We'll discuss what's going on with the Royals roster. It's going to be a fun Tuesday edition of the show. We're looking forward to it. It's all What's on Tap, brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company. 3 locations, east near Central and Woodlawn, west at 13th and Tyler, and in historic Delano featuring a rooftop deck. Or order online at wichitabrew.com. Local craft beer on tap, patios, pizza, and a full bar available at all locations. WBC Pizza and Beer made here. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleland, Max Power producing. He's got the KFH hotline, 869-1240. We're monitoring your video comments on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Thanks for watching us on 12 News Connected. Thanks for listening to us on the Odyssey app. TJ, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. That shower when I got back to where I was staying tonight, getting all the red clay off of yourself and the dust and everything, it never gets better at Royals games, especially when it's dry, obviously, but everything's watered down. But everything's red. Everything's red. My backpack's red. My shoes are red. I was there for 13 hours straight, just sticky and muggy because it was a hot opening day. It was
At least it was windy.
It was windy.
Keep you dry a little bit, maybe.
It was a good day, though. I don't know. I asked a lot of people there, would you rather have what it was yesterday? Would you rather have a 30, 40 degree opening day?
Oh, yuck. Who wants that?
Yeah, I think it's. I think it's. You'd rather have yesterday.
No, yesterday
was nice. I mean, it was like 85. That was good. It
was pleasant. The wind kept it from being overly hot, I thought. Although I look a little sunburned here in the video stream. Probably took some of that. Maybe it's windburn. I don't know. Night shower, huh? Yeah, I definitely did not. I just whoop,
Disgusting.
straight to bed.
That only happens if it's like after midnight. Then it's like I don't know if I can stand up in the shower anymore. I need to go fall asleep.
I am 99% of the time, I am a shower before work person. I wish I was a wake up and shower person. I've never been a shower before bed person, ever. Never.
That's crazy.
So
That's got to be the vast majority of the world is a shower before bed person.
Oh, I don't know about that. I think shower before work person. So when you shower before bed, do you then also have to shower before you go to work?
If I do something, like if I go golf
You're
or
a
something,
2 shower a day guy?
if I sweat in the morning before work, then yeah, I
2
do.
showers a day. Absolutely no chance I'm taking 2 showers
That's
in a
insane.
day. Unless
I'm
I've
sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want to sleep in my own filth.
unless I've gotten into something. I mean, what filth are you sleeping in? You wear clothes, like it's not like you took a mud bath or something. 2 showers a day. But you know what? We're gonna take a poll. How many showers in a day is the right number? 1
Not that.
or 2?
That's not the number. Because if I can handle it, then I only do 1 shower a day.
So the question
it's
becomes
more so the timing of the shower.
So it's a 3-part question then. Shower in the morning, shower before work, or shower at night, or maybe it's a 4-part, multiple showers a day. How about that? Is that an acceptable question? I don't think that the majority is going to say shower at night. I don't think that's going to be the answer, but we'll find out. I was wrong about tortillas and hot dogs and everybody else. Tortillas and a bratwurst. Everybody else is wrong about that. So maybe all you lunatics are taking showers at night every day. I don't know. We'll find out. Max, when do you take your showers?
Max feels like a morning shower.
You live, Max? In the shower currently. We'll find out.
We'll get that answer in 2 hours.
Suspense is killing us. All right, let's set up a couple other things. Let's get you a giveaway going here off the top 2, and this one will do the Bryan Adams giveaway. So you can get ready to rock with KFH. Your chance to see Bryan Adams live on his Rolling with Punches tour. Listen every day for the keyword. Okay, then text the number 20357 for your shot at a pair of tickets to see Bryan Adams, Intrust Bank Arena, July 25th. Everybody ready for the keyword today? Roll. Text roll to the number 20357. Roll as in rock and roll.
Gotcha.
Bryan Adams, July 25th. Text it. 1 entry per day. New keyword tomorrow. Message and data rates apply. Good luck, everybody.
Might have to buy Bryan Adams tickets. Kind of excited for that one.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's a pretty cool one. That's a pretty cool one. We're looking for that July 25th. We got some time to build the hype for Bryan Adams show. That'll be that one will be good. I'm really glad we have tickets to give away on that. Good luck, everybody. Enter every day. Listen for the keyword. I'll try to give it at different times in the show. Today, we're going to do it right off the top. Royals open today. We're going to get to the Shockers. Keep those questions coming. We'll get to those and we'll discuss it next segment. Royals opening day was a nice day. Big win, 3-1. Still not scoring many runs, not needing to yet. But I would like to see them score some runs, TJ. They had the wind at their back yesterday and couldn't get it done against, no offense, Simeon Woods Richardson, who's been good. Shout out, former Wind Surge player. That was a day, and this is a series where we kind of need to see the offense flex a little bit. And they ain't flexing yet. Not even a lot of base. There's not a lot of traffic. They're just not doing a lot of anything right now.
It was for both sides, it was a very, not exciting game, not even from the pitching standpoint. Like Chris Bubic even said after the game, he's like, well, I didn't look pretty, but I got 6 innings out, or 5 innings out. How deep did he go? 5 innings? 6 innings?
He got their bullpen was big yesterday, checking.
I think it was 6.
I think he did too, but I want to.
Because then I think it was right. Lynch.
But then I also think they got 4 innings out of the pen. No, they got 3 out of the pen. You're right. Yeah. So Bubic went 6, only 2 hits allowed, 3 walks. But
no, he went 5, and they got 3 out of the pen because it wasn't the bottom of the ninth.
It was 6. You still gotta defend 9 innings.
Oh, top of
the Bubic for 6, Lynch 1, Mears 1, Schreiber 1.
It's game what? Game 4. I'm not up to speed yet. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah. So Bubic your back-to-back starts look great. 2 of them coming off injury look great. Now we see Cole Reagans at the end of this series again. That part of this looks outstanding to start the year. The bullpen has been solid outside of Estevez, and we didn't we heard from Piccolo yesterday after we got off the air. We'll get into this in the second hour. But, yeah, the bullpens look good. The pitchings look good. We need the offense to step it up a little bit.
Royals fans booing Carlos Estevez. Jiminy, it's game 4, guys. Oof. What are we doing?
You win 80 games a couple years, and you turn into the Phillies, apparently. We'll get into that. Opening day, the first pitch was just incredible.
Oh, my gosh. We could do an hour on that.
Terrence Gore's son, if you missed it. I don't know if they had this on the broadcast.
It was.
Terrence Gore's son throws the first pitch to Alex Gordon, and they've got a tight shot on that kid walking up. He's about the age of my kids. Oh, man.
Apparently, we didn't see this in the stadium.
Fires and dart.
They did the moment of silence, and they did the tribute thing on the scoreboard. And then the broadcast caught him standing there and just tears rolling down his face. Yeah. And then to wipe him away and walk up to the top of the mound. Everybody was like, oh boy, he's going up there.
You don't have to get up there.
That is an 11-year-old. And then boom, right down the middle. It's just oh my gosh, my heart. I can't handle it.
Just so good. So good. All right, we'll get into all of it. When we come back, though, Shocker fans feeling good today. And they should be. The big day yesterday. We'll talk about it next on Sports Daily.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea.
With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless.
Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Sports Daily on KFH.
All right, everybody, welcome back into Sports Daily here on a Tuesday morning. TJ Cleveland, Jacob Albrocht in with you, starting off your day. And it's a good day for Shocker fans after the news that was delivered yesterday. There's a lot of speculation about retention. Portal Paul, how much reportaling was he going to have to do? Because there was a lot of underclassmen, Jacob. I made the friendly bet with one of our pals that of the top 6 eligible to return, they're going to get at least 5 of them. Kendall went first, and I think that there may be a 5-for-5 sweep based on what's going on so far. 3 big ones yesterday. Batee, TJ Williams, Will Berg, all coming back to Wichita State in case you missed it.
So you think Kendall went into the portal?
Yes.
So
which I didn't specify who it was going to be. Kendall just happened to go first. So now I need Gray and E-Man to come back, basically, if they can.
E-Man's going to be a weird one, right? Because he's got a waiver that still has to happen, if we understand correct. Is that right?
E-Man, yes, there's still a waiver, and it's Gray got his. But E-Man, they applied for one based on his freshman year at Louisville. He was the reason why. I don't know if you know this, Jacob, but he was a late season ad, so he came in January for Louisville, and then immediately got hurt. And so usually they'll give you a medical red shirt if it's within your first 10 games or whatever the number is. I don't know. It happened for him. His first 10 games, though, just happened to be the middle of conference play and not the non-con. Like Valencia is probably going to get a medical red shirt because he didn't play any conference games and things like that. So it's complicated on the timing of it. That's what Paul Mills has kind of explained to us. But it's up to the NCAA right now. They felt confident about it when it first happened. But as they've kind of kept talking about it, there hasn't been a decision or a lean one way or another, it feels like. And every time that they've referenced the seniors of, Boyd and Giles, they include Okorafor in there as well. So I don't know what that means. We'll ask Paul Mills if there's an update today.
Okay. So Jay asks us, who else should we expect to return? To your question, what type of newcomers to complete the roster? And then in all caps, and this is the field today, Shocker basketball getting back on the radar.
You need to yell that if they're in all caps. That's how that works.
Yeah, Shocker let's get back on the radar.
That's right.
Have you seen all caps can mean anger, excitement. I never know how to appropriately.
You follow Kuz on Twitter?
No. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
He is taking some victory laps yesterday. It's pretty funny.
I'll have to look at that. PJ Kuznard. He's been a major addition. Yeah, he's got the dog and the sunglasses gif. Culture. Yeah. Look, I This is a big deal. This is a big deal. We've said it for 5 months, it feels like. Boy, they can keep TJ Williams and Dylan Battie first. They can keep Will Berg. E-Man's, I think, a unique situation. I think if he's allowed to play college basketball, it's reasonable to assume that it will happen at Wichita State. That's not really a question of the Shockers and where they stand. That's a question of semantics. So we'll see on that one.
I'll say this, Jacob. I think that what we both agreed with, and I think talking to other people is what they agreed with as well. Like the two biggest question marks that you had were Dylan Battie and Will Berg, because those two could have played elsewhere.
Only because we have the assumption that's probably not reasonable because TJ Williams from Wichita.
Yeah. But
TJ Williams is as big as any of them.
It's true.
But he has made an obvious commitment to the program by staying home. He's been committed to this program since like the 8th grade.
Battie was the one that scares you so much about Battie is that he was a pretty high off, high school recruit. Didn't really work at Temple. And then to see it start working at the end of the year at Wichita State, that would get people that probably recruited him the first time around. Like, oh, look at that kid. Like, oh, his brother's pretty good too. Maybe we should try to do that type of. And then Berg, obviously, if you're a 7-footer and you can walk and chew gum, which he showed he can do, you're going to get some calls.
Well, and he got better. And he got and he got good coaching. Right. And I think that matters too. We've seen that play out at KU. But Will Berg, who didn't play much at Purdue, comes to Wichita State, has a very nice role for a big man, gets really good coaching, clearly gets better offensively. His rebounding was always there, but he got to be a better offensive player. And now he's trying to parlay that in. And the thing is, too, Wichita State has to keep a place where good players can come and earn, and it be a good opportunity, not just for playing time, I should say. Like playing time, when Wichita State gets where it needs to be, and maybe it is there now after what we saw yesterday. When they get where they need to be, they don't just become a come here because you've got an opportunity to play kind of a place. They need to be a stay here because we can put you in the same financial situation as a lot of other places place. And eventually, and I'm sure this is what Paul Mills would tell you, come here because we're going to try to like win championships and do those kinds of things. Play.
I think, which is funny that he calls himself Portal Paul, but they're going to thrive on the retention piece.
Well, that's portaling as much as anything else. You have to re-recruit your players.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know. I think that's where Wichita State can thrive. And I think that's what they did so well. I don't think Wichita State's ever going to live in a place where you can do who you want to put in there? Kentucky, probably.
And I'm just telling you, Memphis, and they can. Wichita State, through retention, should be able to be a dominant Memphis, force in the American.
Even Memphis, like they have historically all the great players that you think about when you think of Memphis basketball, like they were portal guys, I don't think, right? Like,
oh yeah. Yeah, they were. I mean, they were poaching from Wichita State.
Well, they were, but those were never the
Naquan Tomlin went to Memphis.
That team was all poached. That team, like top to bottom, was all poached. But like James Wiseman and like those guys, like those were high school recruits,
high school guys that were connected to Penny. And look, there's something to that with Couisnard also. So they can have the best of all of it if it's peaking as a program where we've seen it. And you don't even have to go back that far. That's the crazy thing. Like you've just got to go back 5-6 years and take that buzz and momentum and cherry plant it into the modern era. Maybe it's 7 or 8 years now. I'm getting old. And then you've got it. And I can't, it's hard to describe how big a step yesterday was, I think, to what needs to happen holistically. They kept the players. That's good for the fans. The fans really liked this team. The fans are going to love where this team starts next year because they love those 3 players that they're retaining. If it's a core 4, we'll see about Michael Gray. I want to know, is Michael Gray who they want running the point next year? Like, is that the Shockers' target? Like what is best for him and what is best for the program? And then to, Jay, the listener, the viewer's question, what sorts of players should they still be going to attack to bring in? You are losing Kenyon Giles. Now, I believe, and I think you do too, that most of the offensive slack for this team next year is going to be picked up by the sophomores. It's going to be picked up by TJ Williams, could be picked up by Dylan Battie.
That's the idea.
It could be picked up. They have recruited a 5-star that has ties to PJ Kuznard. They've recruited a 4-star that is brothers with Dylan Battie. I don't know what kind of
those won't be next year though. They'll be the year after.
Those are 27s. Okay, that's good to know. They're both 27s.
To your point here though,
is that right? They're both 27s.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yes, I know Alston is for sure. Which I can't believe you don't know what year Reese Alston is.
After you send that text message 850 times
every time. Yeah. Anyway, inside baseball there. As sophomores can pick up the slack, but you have 2 sophomores that can't shoot 3-pointers like that. The Shockers thrive this year on firing up threes because Giles did it a ton. Like that's not going to happen. Like you're going to
thrived on firing up threes. The Shockers did not thrive on firing.
But it helped. Like that's how they won big games is they made double-digit threes. Next year, if you're running out your big 3, which is a good big 3, TJ Williams, Dylan Battie, and Will Berg, like they're going to have to go find shooting. Maybe Mike Gray takes a step forward and he can become a Giles light
decent shooter. Amunique is a really good shooter. Can he grow into a role?
That's a question. That's a question for Paul Mills as well of how much do you trust both of those guys? I mean, were 40+% shooters, and they came here and they weren't. They were 20% shooters. So
there is a 100% chance when we ask Paul Mills if he's going out on the market to try to get more talented. The answer to that will be yes.
What do you think? We're going to ask him the question. Everybody, get your bingo cards out. We'll ask Paul Mills a question and say, "What are you targeting in the portal?" You know what he's going to say? He's like, "Man, we need shooters.
Shooters.
Everybody needs shooters and athletes."
They do, but they have bigs potentially. That's one less thing you got to go after.
That's the hard thing.
They have the majority of their shot taking covered. Because I do think the next evolution of this team is for Battie and Williams, both. Those bigs, TJ Williams, like the retention that we just saw should lead to this being an elite rebounding team again next year.
They were elite this year. Like
that's
why it's such a big deal.
Then this attack the basket style of Williams and Battie is very good, right? Get to the line, attack the basket, grab those rebounds, whatever shooters they need, probably at least. And again, these are questions for Paul Mills that he won't have the answers to yet, but the offense it's not going to primarily be like it was with Giles this year. It'll primarily be what we saw when teams locked up Giles late in the year and you saw these other guys step up. Now, if you can get a couple of complementary shooters as those guys crash down to just kick it out for open threes, because they're going to be there. This is a team that should be picked to win the American next year. If we don't know anything else about the offseason right now, nothing else. We know nothing else about what's going to happen. I would be pretty confident that the Shockers will be picked at or near the top of the American next year.
I agree. I think that just the 3 guys you saw yesterday is enough to do that because there's going to be so much turnover in the league. Like there always is. To bring back 3 of your top 5 returning production pieces, it's a big deal. I think this is also interesting. As they go find all the shooters that every coach in America wants to recruit, as they start doing this, the interesting part of it, which, maybe you got a little not lucky. I think they got Kenyon Giles because he coached Max Abmas and showed him how Max Abmas was used. I think now you can say, look at the tape, man. Look how much we let this dude shoot threes. Like, do you want some freedom to let it fly? If you can make them, you can shoot them anywhere within half court. Like, come here and we'll. And my reason why you can do that is because you got Will Berg coming back. You know why that couldn't work in years past is because if you're missing threes, you're just missing threes. If you've got one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the country, you can shoot them all you want. You can get the rebound. Like that's why Will Berg was such a big piece for everybody that, watches Will Berg and gets the groans and moans whenever it gets, a little shaky down low in his post moves. I don't care.
Those went away toward the end of the year.
I agree. He played well. I think he's going to be awesome next year. But even if it doesn't, like that dude gets you like 8 offensive rebounds a game, like that's a winning basketball player. It doesn't matter what he could literally sit down the rest of the time and not touch the basketball.
I also don't want to downplay like Emmanuel Okorafor, and I can't wait to get the answer on this because he's got more offensive skills probably at this point. like the ability for them, because those guys are so big, they can't play 40 minutes. They're so big. I mean, other teams beat the hell out of Will Berg for whatever reason. I don't know what he's saying to him, but man, they hammer him. Like I don't remember a big taking the beating every single game that Berg plays. And I guess it comes with being an offensive rebounder. But like if they can get he and a core four back to be able to play them both as much as they can, that was a huge advantage. There's so much of this that makes so much sense. And so we're talking X's and O's, but I think you look for fans. Are you kidding me? Shocker fans, they get to be fired up for those three guys to be back right out of the gate next year and be excited about those players being back for another year. That's the win, I think, for the fans, because the success we think is coming because the talent of the players. But for the fans who, look, let's be honest with Shocker fans, maybe a little longer in the tooth, right? They're old school. Shocker fans kick it old school. They want to fall in love with their players. They want the players to be, celebrities in this community, and it'll happen. It'll happen. It's not the same as in some other places. It's treated, we've said it a million times, like a pro team here. Everybody goes. It's not like you don't have a stadium full of the student body. Like it's older people. It's you and I when we have a night off and we want to just go watch great basketball. So I'm excited. I mean, all three in one day. There's something to that too, where it's not a long drawn out process.
Yeah.
There is something to the fact that all three of them did it in the same day. That's coordinated, has to be in the modern social media era. It means
you know what happened, Jacob? I bet that they did this probably on Monday, and they had to do this on like Friday when they had the exit meetings. They may have had to get the graphic designer in to make the
get the graphic and let's go all at once. And it does help too to see them all at once and to see them that fast. When did the portal even open? Is it even open?
No, it doesn't open for another week.
So like, for them to just slam the door shut on any of that, that is also a big indicator, I think, of where it goes. Now, there is going to be a tremendous amount of pressure on this team next year, more than there has been in a long, long time, for them to be really good. Because now, like, it's all been about expectations and everything, and
I mean, this is the most since 2022. I mean, after they made the tournament in 21, they came back in 22. That was the last year of Dex and Mo before they transferred out under IB.
Yeah.
And then since then it turned into they got, looking back, Jaron Pierre and those guys in that transfer class, and everybody's like, what is this going to look like? The last year of Craig, and then it turned into, that was the last of him, I believe.
A lot of those players ended up being really good too.
It's so funny hindsight. Like Jaron Pierre is going to get drafted. It's so crazy.
I mean, it was more than just him. It was happening every year. It was like, man, this guy ended up being awesome. Ricky Council, like what? Like this dude's a superstar. Yeah, they'll have more work to do. But I mean, if you're a Shocker fan and you see yesterday, you're just like, that's such a good feeling.
Let me ask you this, because I know you've made your stance on it. Like it's in college sports now, you have to say I'm coming back. You don't even if you don't go, you need to make an announcement one way or another, which drives us nuts. But yesterday, it's beneficial to a team we cover. Like,
I don't know that I don't think it's beneficial. I mean, it'd be better if it just was assumed they were back.
I was just saying, would you rather just not hear anything?
We can't now. You can't not hear anything. That's what drives me crazy, because everybody.
What's the alternative? It's just radio silence, and then you just wait till we hear from Paul Mills next, and he says,
"No, it's radio silence until somebody says they're leaving." Right. I mean, that's what. But now I don't like it either. But I don't know what else you do, because now you just have to kind of assume everybody goes in.
Yeah.
So it's been. It's been a little, it's changed in the last probably 2 years. When the portal first started, you didn't assume everybody was going into the portal.
Correct.
But I also want people to remember back to the very end of the Greg Marshall era. And we absolutely, he had more transfers out than anybody. And so it's been that way for a long time. You had Burton and Stevenson and Etienne coming back was the big deal from that group. And those all ended up being really good players too, by the way. But this isn't anything new. So yeah, look, you use it. Then they did a good job. The Shockers did a good job yesterday. Now you got to use it to your advantage. These are recruiting wins now. I mean, those are 3 recruiting wins. You got to treat them like that because that's just the way college basketball is. You just assume everybody's in the portal. All right, we're gonna have Paul Mills. That should be next. Connect. We'll have a conversation with him. See where things are headed. And see what yesterday was like for Portal Paul when we return.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
31001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSEW.
H.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. We are happy to be joined right now by Portal Paul. Ladies and gentlemen, Portal Paul Mills, Wichita State head men's basketball coach. Coach, victory lap today. Yesterday was a pretty big day for Shocker basketball. Got everybody pretty excited with the 3 retentions that were announced yesterday for the program.
I think that's why Coach didn't want to join the show. He was busy making the graphics to send those 3.
Strategic, smart, Coach. How are you?
I'm great. You're referencing the victory lap as in the Astros beat the Red Sox, right?
The Rangers won yesterday. We're not quite there yet.
Okay.
To the baseball trash talk session.
Yeah, honestly, I was driving yesterday. I've never tried it via my phone. I pulled over to the side of the road. Link didn't work for whatever reason. It was probably me, but it was not as calculated as it seems to be. So, and to be honest, just to be frank, I mean, I didn't know who was going to announce yesterday. So the fact that all 3, Will, TJ, Dylan, you just never know some days, kind of what moves the needle. And it was DB came in first, and then there was TJ, and then Will called later and said, I might as well, let everybody know I'm coming back. So it's just kind of how it worked. But I mean, there's ongoing, meetings, and before you ever get into Portal Paul mode, you have to kind of go through the locker room. So we've had multiple meetings with a number of our players, and you strategically figure out how to approach the close to 600 kids who've already made their intentions known about transferring. So it's just nonstop. And then, we don't have unlimited budgets. And so you have to, all right, what fits under what we're currently doing? But couldn't be more excited about, the group, and there will be more announcements coming up soon, but couldn't be more excited about the group that we have and the culture that we've established.
So right now, where do you stand with all this stuff? I know you had the exit meetings the day after Tulsa, I believe you said. Yeah. Is that kind of like a, here's where we are, let us know what you want? Is that kind of what happened yesterday?
No, like after last Wednesday, when you meet with all of the players, before you ever check the financial piece and them thinking through all of that, and also, hey, what do you see as my role the following year, and what does development look like? It's hard to tell players, like, I don't know on March 26th what things are going to look like on November 2nd. So, for me to try to say this is your role, it's a little disingenuous in my opinion. I don't think there's coaches who have that much of a foresight and crystal ball into what's actually occurring. So for us, the thing that happens last Wednesday is before we can ever check the financial piece, before we can ever check the development piece and put together a plan, is the question you need to ask is, do you want to be here? And visit with your family, talk to the people, and then you reconvene later. For us, that was over the weekend and yesterday with all of the players, and that question has to get answered first. And it may be contingent upon the development role. It may be contingent upon the financial piece, and we'll see if we can check that box for you or not. And then you kind of move forward. So it really is just about giving people their space in order to think through this, simply because everybody's different and there's different motivating factors for every single person here.
Coach Paul Mills joining us here on Sports Daily. Really appreciate the time. As most of us from the outside, as we watch this team, we've circled sort of those three as like, man, that feels like a great place to start, because it seems like it lets you guys play the style of basketball you played this year, rebound a ton, and have those two sophomores attack the basket, get to the free throw line, do some of the things we really saw them do late in the year. So as roles maybe aren't known yet, it does feel like a foundation that keeps some consistency from what you guys were able to do this year.
Yeah, and as with the case with all three of those guys, they all got better, and they, you became more comfortable. We don't have I don't have an administrative assistant, but let's just say I did. And I'm not lobbying right now for one, so I don't want people to misinterpret. But if you were an administrative assistant, you're going to be better in year 2 than you ever were in year 1. Because, man, I understand what's being asked of me. I understand the temperament. I understand the culture of the office. And you're just going to be better prepared because you can anticipate. I feel that way with players. They better understand the culture. They can anticipate what's occurring. They understand the caliber of play and cohesiveness that's required in order to win. And fortunately, we were able to win. We weren't good enough to win the league, but we were in contention. And so I think all of that just lends itself to being better. And so I think with all of those guys, they got better as the year progressed. And I will tell you, there's a hunger and a desire to continue that. And, on my part, we're in Operation 10K mode, to where we can return Koch Arena back to what we all believe, not only that it should be, but this community event that is special to this city.
So right now, I know TJ talked about this after the Tulsa game. Do you feel like, you talked about the hunger? Do you feel like there's a hunger of this team to want to return to play together? We got the 3 big ones yesterday, obviously, but there's still 4 or 5 questions to be answered about potential returners. In the world of the transfer portal, we were just talking about, you kind of assume that you have to re-recruit everybody. You kind of start with 0 players and bring them back as you go. It feels like you kind of had a head start because these guys want to keep playing with each other.
Yeah, TJ mentioned that afterwards, and TJ, when he came in for his meeting on Wednesday, he said, "Well, I've already heard from everybody else about this, with what this meeting is," because that's what players do. They run out of there and like, "What's Coach Mills talking about? Are we in trouble?" And like, does he put you in a corner and make you make a decision today? And so TJ was like, "I've already heard." And I said, "Well, TJ, your meeting's a little different. You already told me you were coming back in yesterday's press conference."
Told the world.
So your meeting's a little bit different. You don't get the space everybody else does. And so we were able to talk through some things with him. But again, all those meetings are different. Some of them, as you know, like, "Hey, are you going to the party tonight?" Well, is so-and-so going to be there? Because if so-and-so is going to be there, I'm not going. Are you going? Because if you go, I'll go. There's a lot of that takes place. And so, players want to know, all right, are you coming back? But they're not of the age to where they're necessarily leaders. And some of them are, what's my friend doing? And so I would tell you the same thing. Is like, "Oh, he's going to the party. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going." And by the same, like, "Hey, yeah, you want to ride with us?" And yeah, we got room for one more. And so there is very much, don't overthink this. These are not super high IQ conversations. These are, where are my friends and what are you guys doing? And let's kind of talk through this. But there's also, these are young people, so there's parents involved. and there's other significant people that are involved. I had one player said, I really need to deliberate this with my girlfriend. And I'm like, all right, well, give me your girlfriend's number and let me talk to her. So when you're dealing with 15 different players, in our case, 13, because we just lose KB and KG, there's a lot of that. Trust me, like from Wednesday to late Saturday night, I don't know what the minutes on my phone are, but I bet they surpass 20 hours. Just because these are conversations with a lot of people, and you want to be sensitive to everybody's situation because it's unique to them. And I do understand how personal these decisions are. We just need to make sure that we are treating them honestly and being very upfront about what's actually occurring.
One of the unique situations, Coach Emmanuel Okorafor. Now, tell where does his status sit as being, given a waiver to come back, and B, if that's given, can he use it anywhere, or if he gets the eligibility, is it with you guys?
Yeah, no, I think the waiver would be granted. You get an extra year. So, I mean, that would be up to E-Man as he thinks through his process. So hurdle number one is let's get the waiver. And my guess is we're probably, I don't want to put, things on the NCAA. I mean, there's times, some days you just get surprised and all of a sudden you have the decision. And some days it's like, guys, I mean, we're in July now. So they NCAA kind of moves at its own pace, and these are sensitive issues, and you try to speed them along. But again, Indianapolis, that's where they're located. They kind of move at their own speed. You're kind of at their mercy.
Yeah, call back to Mate and Bijan, all the waiting around for all that stuff that went down. As we won't catch up to what portal opens in a week, 8 days, something like that. We won't talk to you once it opens.
A week from today.
Yeah, Portal Paul's got that on lock. Don't worry. As you get ready for that, tell us what are the top targets? What are you targeting?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a really good front court, that they've already announced, and somebody's got to pass them the ball. You can't have those three and then put 4 Paul Mills out there. Paul Mills can barely move at his age, so it's you're kind of identifying guards, and to be honest with you, the first guards are the ones that we have, and before you ever cross that other bridge, we're not allowed to talk to players, even if some have said they intended to enter the portal. You're not allowed to talk to their families. You're not allowed to talk to their coaches. I'm not telling you everybody abides by this rule, but I am telling you that for us, integrity is important, and we don't want to compromise. And that's going to put us behind just because I'm not willing to, sacrifice integrity for that. I've learned a long time ago that stuff doesn't work. But there is a lot of due diligence that's involved here. But again, the first job is securing our locker room.
Just last one, I guess here, Coach, what's it like in the portal? Do you have a website? It's like portal.com where you go and you can just easily, you click and it sorts salary desires, what people are looking for. Is it that simple? We all want to know what that's like in that portal.
Yeah. I mean, there are enough places, where there's algorithms to where you figure out what the market value is. Some of them will just straight up tell you. I actually thought that the market would stabilize, and it's insane to me. I'm like, man, and like some players, I mean, I'm just going to throw out a crazy example. Like, man, I average 2 points and 1 rebound a game. And do you have $750,000? And I'm like, what? So there's sometimes where it's just, they're delusional. And then there's others where they hold out, and then you kind of got to see how this all plays out. And then there's a supply and demand issue. God forbid you're looking for somebody late. That price will get inflated. So, but we have a pretty good idea about where money is. Coaches, it's a pretty tight fraternity. We all talk, so they'll tell us this is what we paid them a year ago. And so we do have a pretty good idea about how this market is, but it's really up to us.
Coach, we appreciate it very,
Thanks,
very
guys.
much. Thank you. Go go Rangers. Boo
Go
Astros.
Astros. There you go. You're getting this right, Jacob.
I can't believe I screwed that up. I'm so mad right now. All right. We'll talk again soon. Maybe we'll catch up one more time in the offseason, and then we'll talk again next year, Coach. Appreciate it.
TJ, Jacob, thank you, guys.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
310-01 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH. This is Sports Daily.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to Sports Daily. Thanks to Paul Mills for hopping in. Portal Paul is a week away from being in full force. That will be starting up here soon. You can go back and listen on the Odyssey app. The Shockers had a big day yesterday. We'll kind of wrap that conversation here, and then we'll get into the Royals next segment. It's fun. It's fun. It's a fun time to be a Shocker fan. It is. I get it. He's excited. We're excited. Fans are excited. It's a good time. We've got that. We've got Royals talk. We've got it all. It's all what's on tap this hour, brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company. Delano, featuring live music this Sunday. Details, wichitabrew.com. Send off your Sunday with live tunes, tasty treats, good times at WBC Delano, your spot for spring Sundays. Again, wichitabrew.com for more info. Wichita Brewing Company, where groups gather. Good stuff there from Paul Mills.
Portal Paul, we've said this year, his comedic deliveries have gotten better every year that he's been at Wichita State. And now that the season's over as well, that was the most, stand-up comedy Paul Mills has done on Sports Daily. He's good at the deliveries.
Got to work your material somewhere.
Yeah.
Glad we can work it here.
Yeah. All right. We've got play the headlines. I've got so many. We need to go quick.
Headlines I missed, Max. Here we go.
All right, Sports Daily fans, let's take you to the sports headlines Jacob probably didn't see.
Thank you. All right, let's start in college baseball. Insane tweet of the weekend. North Carolina baseball, Tar Heels. They've got a player. Actually, I don't even know his name. They call him Frenchie. He's a pre-med student. They had to put context into this after the fact that they tweeted this and said, Doctor, we need some runs. Not sure if he'll be an OBGYN, but Frenchie sure knows how to deliver.
That's good stuff.
Holy cow. Stuff. That one is insane. All right, let's go.
That's good material.
Let's stay with baseball, and then we'll work our way back. So MLB, we have learned now after this weekend, after yesterday specifically, did you know in the ABS rules, you can't challenge pitches thrown by a position player?
Oh, why would they even put that rule in there?
I don't know, but there's video of it, and it's like, obviously whenever they throw the meatballs, they cross at your face and then land in the catcher. And I think that the rule is in there specifically for the meatballs is because you could challenge every single one of them, because if a ball actually landed in the zone on one of those meatballs, it would bounce on the plate. It's like slow pitch softball. You know what I mean? Like the strike zone is just different and those kind of pitches.
Seems unnecessary, but we got to protect.
I don't know.
We got to protect the sensitive umpires. I get it.
But you got to figure out something, or else the position play. Also, though, do you make an argument and say, okay, then they're just going to walk everybody. Stop putting position players in the games. I hate position players pitching. It's not cool anymore.
It's not that it's not cool. Sometimes you don't want to use your bullpen guys.
I know, but people abuse it. It's too much. It happens way too much.
Yeah, I mean, it used to be special. I don't look at it as a special thing anymore. As just a.
It used to be like a novelty. Now it's like freaking every team in the country does this because
there's a reason, because it makes sense. If you're not going to come back, you don't want to use your bullpen arms.
It's bad for baseball. Let me see actual pitchers play. Other baseball, Michael Soroka, Diamondbacks pitcher, fifth inning. I think he was a starter actually. Yeah, he went into the fifth. Immaculate inning.
9 pitch, 3 strikeout.
Yep, 9 pitches, 9 strikes.
Nice. We don't.
Like,
Yeah,
what,
I
4
I
games
can't
into
ever
the season, we
remember
got
how
one.
rare that is.
Very.
It's awesome when we see it, and then I'm like, how many times do we see that a year?
I mean,
That's one that
I bet we see it less than one time a year on average. I think. I mean, it's less rare than a perfect game and more rare than a no hitter for sure. Somewhere in the middle there. Probably, I'd say it's a step rarer than a triple play. I'll say that.
None from 1929 to 1952, but 7 alone in 2022. Only 119 times in Major League Baseball history.
Okay,
Very rare.
Yeah, more rare than a triple play then. All right, well, let's switch over to college softball. Quick one here. Or no, sorry, excuse me. College lacrosse. Sun Devils, Arizona State. Their game on Saturday was delayed due to bees. Bees.
Damn bees.
Damn bees. Where are we going next? Let's just keep it fun. I've had these saved. We didn't do this yesterday. I've got so many.
We've piled up from the weekend.
Montana State men's basketball. Let's switch gears to hoops. They have a 100% retention rate going into the 2026-2027 season. They announced that and put out a graphic of all the guys that says "run it back" and it says "all that glitters ain't gold." That's cool.
I mean, if they're good, it's cool. Are they good?
I mean, I think they competed in the Big Sky. They're probably like pretty on par with the Shockers in their conference, is what I would compare them to. They didn't get in the tournament, but they were competing in the Big Sky. They always all really good in the Big Sky.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it's cool to retain if you're a good team.
I mean,
if you're not a good team, you don't want to retain.
Oh, well, yeah, obviously, but whatever. Anyways, okay, let's keep going. College hoops. Did you see the video of Dan Hurley headbutting the ref?
Kind of, yes. Enough to know.
I don't know much context, but he headbutted the ref after the shot, and everybody's going. And I think, as somebody pointed out, like as you watch it, the ref is talking to Hurley and trying to tell him something, and Hurley can't hear. And instead of being a normal person and turning his head so he can hear him better, he just went forehead, which is just weird. But anyways, I don't think it was so much of like a braggart type of thing. It's more just like, what the hell are you doing, dude? Why are you being weird?
Yeah, I mean, I also wouldn't be surprised if Dan Hurley headbutted a ref.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know what I mean?
I'll give him a little bit of benefit of the doubt here. Okay, stay with college basketball here. Let's go.
Yeah, man, I don't know, man. I'm watching it here. That's pretty maybe techie there. That's not
close.
an accident.
I good for the ref for having tough skin, I guess. Because
yeah, I agree. Yeah. But again, I will say this: if you're going to be a bully, if you're gonna do that, and that headbutt and that referee just squares you up and headbutts you and breaks your nose, you better not say a word.
You know what happens? You know what happens if he gives that tech? You can't do that in that spot. It's like, oh, you mean in the 40 minutes of basketball where everything's officiated the same way?
Yeah, don't give me that. But
shut up.
I like that they didn't do it. I just need those kinds of coaches that are willing to get that intense. Like if you shove a player, if you do that kind of stuff, they have to be allowed to shove you back at equal velocity. And then I'm fine with it.
All right, let's keep moving. Pac-12 basketball. Now that Ben Jacobson's going to Utah State. By the way, did you see yesterday? Yeah, Pac blank. I don't know what the hell they are. Yesterday, after Jacobson news broke, he called a press conference in Northern Iowa to talk to reporters one last time.
That's cool.
It's a good guy. Cool. Good guy. Anyways, in the new Pac, Ben Jacobson will now coach against Farouk Manish. That's awesome.
That is pretty awesome.
That's really cool.
I still cannot believe.
I know
that he took that job.
It's crazy. He talked about it, about like what all had to happen. And he's like, I needed it to be this. I needed it to be this. I needed the people there to be able to trust me. And he's like, and they sold it on to me. Like, and I think that we could do special stuff there. But man, he turned out a lot of jobs. All right, let's keep moving.
Did Farouk Manish? He played for Jacobson, right? Jacobson's been there that long.
Yeah, but Jacobson beat KU.
Okay. I mean, that's before I was paying real. I don't know who the coach of that. I remember Farouk Manish game for sure.
Just the math. 20 years. That was in the 20 years. Okay, where are we going next? We're gonna have to carry this over the next segment because he's getting more significant as I keep talking. Let's go back to UConn. Are you aware of the Jordan's Furniture promo that's going on in Connecticut?
No.
Jordan's Furniture store in Connecticut, ran a special starting January 20th to March 1st and said, come in, buy any furniture, and if the UConn men's and women's basketball teams are both playing in the national championship game, everything you buy is free. They'll reimburse you.
Yep.
Which happens sometimes. Remember
these deals.
There was a notable one when the White Sox did it when they won the World Series, like in 2007, I think. That was a big deal that the furniture store got screwed out of a bunch of money because of that.
They don't get screwed out of a bunch of money.
Insurance.
They insure it.
Yes.
There was a place in Dallas, and I think they may have done this in other markets.
Mattress Mac does this all the time.
Mattress Mac. It was I think it was furniture again, and it was the same, but it was like something like if the Rangers hit a grand slam in a certain inning, it's been a long time ago. I know there was like a lot of buildup because it was going on all year, and I think they got it. But like it got to the point, and this is marketing 101, it's genius, where everybody's talking about it. They're talking about it in the broadcast, like the fans know about it, and the bases got loaded and everybody's going ballistic. I think they got it. I can't remember, but yeah. I mean, you just put insurance on it. But
I agree. All right, one more, and then I've got two big ones that I want to carry into the next segment because we can actually talk about the next two big ones. Tyler Lundblade, you know that name? Nope. You don't. Missouri Valley Player of the Year, played for Belmont. Just going in the portal, everybody was like, "Oh, he's coming to be a Cat, to Missouri Valley Player of the Year. That'd be a big deal."
You're gonna give me bad news, aren't you?
That's not the story I'm about to tell you. Tennessee, two-parter here. Tennessee is hosting Tyler Lundblade on an official visit. One, bad news because it's like, oh, he's just not coming to K-State. That means he might go somewhere else. Two, Paul Mills. The portal's not open. We're just hosting guys on visits. What?
Who's hosting him?
Rick Barnes.
Joe Lunchbox. Just having him down for dinner.
I guess I don't know if it's just a Tennessee booster, but that has got to be illegal too.
All right. Yeah, and been to play by the rules or don't play by the rules.
You may not quite see the Belmont Wildcats, which may make you clench a little bit.
Headlines I missed. We'll continue it into the second segment here of this hour. Longhofer Lawn and Tree Care celebrating 60 years in Wichita, providing expert lawn care for a healthy lawn, tree and shrub care, and bed weed control since 1966. Longhofer Lawn and Tree Care. We'll be right back.
This is Sports.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
310-1 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. It is Sports Daily. Thanks to Prairie Fire Coffee for keeping us fueled up, fired up here on a Tuesday morning. We'll get the Wichita Wind Surge in today or tomorrow. Matt Hamilton, general manager, get previewed up for some of the stuff they've got coming up this season. Obviously, the Honkers. Everybody looking forward to what else is happening. We'll have that conversation in the next couple of days. All right, TJ, we've got some leftover headlines I missed.
We've got some big ones. I saved these for the end because we can actually have some discussion about both of these. One more significant than the other, so save room for dessert here. We'll start with K-State basketball, or continue with K-State basketball, if you will. Brad Underwood going to the Final Four, first time in his career. Awesome story to follow. McPherson, Kansas. There's been a lot of stories about McPherson and Dodge City that he shared in the last week or so, which is awesome stuff. Love to see that. It's also funny to see. I saw a graphic of every team in the Final Four's first college coaching job, and it is Arizona, Wagner, Florida Atlantic, and Dodge City Community College, which is awesome. So go Brad Underwood. That's officially the rooting interest now. He now becomes the 6th. This is from Brennan Mintz, K-State guy, or former K-State guy. Brad Underwood is now the 6th former K-State coach, assistant, or head coach to reach the Final Four since 1994, all while K-State hasn't reached the Final Four since 1964. Lon Kruger, Bill Guthridge, Bobby Huggins, Dana Altman, Frank Martin, Brad Underwood.
Ouch.
That's crazy.
Ouch. Man, that's brutal.
And they hired Bruce Weber instead of Brad Underwood.
And then not Brad Underwood again, I believe, a second opportunity.
I don't know if they had that chance or not.
No. Not when like another time they possibly could have, and he moved on because of a soured relationship with administration.
Yikes, man. Still, go Brad Underwood. I'm
heck yeah. How do you not?
It's pretty cool. Did you see the story? Quick sidebar. He was doing something with Barstool, and I don't know how they figured this out, but they asked him something along the lines of like, I heard back in Kansas there was something about like you would like meet people at the Pizza Hut and fight them in the parking lot or something. And he's like, oh, we didn't meet. Like I didn't meet him there. Like we sat in the parking lot looking to pick fights, and I'd come home with black eyes, and mom and dad would be like, what happened to you? It's like, well, we're at Pizza Hut.
Oh, as a high schooler?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what was going down in McPherson, Kansas. That's a pretty cool story. I'd love to go find the old Pizza Hut owner and do that story. That'd be good.
Boys are going to be boys. Sometimes you need to fight. I get it.
All right. Let's switch to KU. This one will leave us something to talk about. Bill Self speculation. Died down a bit. Still prevalent. It's died down a bit.
Died down a lot.
Last Wednesday we thought it was happening. Yes. We've since been on standby, but there's not active rumors, it feels like, until yesterday. It started back up a little bit because Tyron Stokes, a lot of speculation on if he'll be a Jayhawk, probably a lot of waiting around for him on who will be coaching the Jayhawks next year, maybe now playing into this. He tweeted at 1:28 p.m. on March 30th, when does it stop? ? Laughing emoji. Does that mean I was ready to go to KU and now the coach isn't going to be there and now we keep going on? Does that mean that he was going to go to Kentucky and then something happened there and now he wants to go to KU? Does that mean that now Louisville just came in and threw a massive bag at him and they're back in the mix? But at the base level, it makes you think.
Why am I not as excited about Tyron Stokes as?
Well, you're not going to be as excited about it as Darren Peterson, but he's still number one player in the country.
I know, but does that what does that even mean? As far as KU going to the second weekend next year?
I don't know.
I don't know. I just don't know how excited I am about it. I don't know how much I think it matters. I think they've got. I think
that the best way to think about Tyron Stokes is you're either going to get Tyron Stokes or you're going to get a big portal guy to fill that spot.
Right.
I mean, he's just as good as anybody in the portal will be, basically.
You think?
I think so. Or he'll at least be on paper. I mean, hindsight's 20/20, but on paper,
he's a freshman.
Who cares? Look,
I don't know.
Darren Peterson was a freshman. AJ DeMonte was a freshman.
And how far did those guys go?
I know, but listen, you got to fill a roster. You got to fill a roster. But
how far did the top 6 picks in next year's draft advance in the NCAA tournament?
What? Say that again.
Are in the Final Four.
Oh yeah,
Wagler.
Yeah.
Wagler. Sorry,
Wagler.
The 2 Arizona freshmen aren't regarded that high.
Wagler, top 10.
The freshman nobody knew about.
Yeah.
Right?
Wagler's probably the top dog of all of them.
That's what I look at. That I love this freshman class. Love the season they gave us. Highly entertaining. I'm not sure that is the ticket to get KU where it wants to be. How many star freshmen were on their last national championship team?
Do they have a freshman on that team?
0.
Really?
Freshmen that played and contributed? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they had freshmen.
I don't remember a single freshman on that team, actually.
I mean, they probably had some. So, it's not that I don't care about what Tyron Stokes decides. He's the number 1 player in the country, obviously.
So, full circle.
I just kind of don't care.
Let's finish painting the picture, because originally last week, I believe there was reporting from the national recruiting moguls, or whatever you want to call them. Is that how you say that word? Mogul? Mogul.
Just like what you ski on.
All right. I don't know what that word means. They reported that he was going to commit on Tuesday, probably, is what it sounded like. And now we get that news. What does that mean for today? I don't know. I think that everything was leaning towards him coming to KU. And that's why that tweet yesterday is just like, what does that? I'm with you. Like, if he doesn't commit to KU, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Like, it'll be cool if they get him. If they don't get him, they'll use those resources and go get a cool transfer roster.
Cool. I think it'll be cooler if they rebuild a roster. I don't know that I think right now this could change with the if Tommy Tuberville's bill becomes a law. What is the old Schoolhouse Rock procedure? What's the order of those things? If his bill becomes a law, then maybe I'm back into superstar freshmen for the biggest schools. But right now, those types of players are awesome. They're not as good as most of them were this year, typically. And they typically don't lead you to the promised land in the NCAA tournament.
My thought would you rather have, this is the question I think you need to ask would be, who is their top portal guy on this year's? Would you rather have Tyron Stokes or Trey White, basically?
Would you rather have Tyron Stokes or, and this is a bad example, but it's one I'll use, Hunter Dickinson, who walks in the door as an All-American?
I get it, but this is what I'm saying. If they reshuffle,
here's one. Would you rather have Tyron Stokes or PJ Haggerty?
Yeah, that's probably pretty good. That's probably the best one that we can come up with. I think that because they do transfer portal rankings, right? Like, you can say he's a 5-star transfer, things of that sort. Like, Hunter Dickinson, 5-star transfer. PJ Haggerty was a 5-star transfer. Like, if you reshuffled the cards and you threw the freshmen in with the transfers, if you're the number one freshman in the country, you're going to be a 5-star transfer. Like, you'd be probably like number 12 or number 10, but like, you're probably not going to be the number one transfer. Transfers are higher rated than portal guys or for high school guys because they're obviously 24-year-olds, but like, he's in the top 10 for sure. That's my thought process. If they don't get him, they'll get somebody else. It's not the end of the world, but you're not going to, they're going to get something in that spot is what I'm saying.
So, we don't have the list of transfer players, so it's hard to, it's hard to,
it's not open yet,
to really put something on it right now.
Listen, back to the original point with the time we have left here. I don't care if they get Tyron Stokes or not, but that to me is a piece of Bill Self news, right? Because at this point in it, we are waiting.
I would tell you this. I would tell you that it's probably more of somebody is throwing a bigger bag at him or something to that effect. Than Bill Self is retiring. So
I think
if Bill Self is retiring, why hasn't it happened yet?
Not the converse. I said on the converse. On the inverse, if he commits to KU tomorrow, I feel like Bill Self's staying.
Bill Self staying. I agree with
that. That's what I'm saying. I think that's what you need to watch. If he doesn't commit to KU, then I think your eyebrows may raise a tick higher because it felt like KU's been in the lead since January. Yeah, so it's like, and again, that could mean something else, but it also could mean, well, maybe Bill Self isn't going to be there.
The conversation that Bill Self said he needed to have, I don't think is a long one. Obviously, it seems like more of like personal stuff. He's not afraid of the game. He still feels like he does it at a very high level, and he does. So I think every hour that goes along that he doesn't retire lowers the chances. I think that's what would make sense to me. So what was wildly concerning last week feels far less concerning to me this week. As it pertains to Tyron Stokes, I'm not sure. An 18-year-old kid with a passive aggressive isn't the right word. What's the term for that now on social media? What kind of tweet? Cryptic, with a cryptic tweet.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That just doesn't really, because they are all cryptically tweeting all the time. Like, just say what you mean or don't say anything at all.
I agree.
So I don't know. And to the point of basketball, I don't know that that's what I think is the best thing for the team anyway. So
again, like I'm saying, that's not the main story of all this stuff, and we won't lose sleep over it. But I'm saying that it may not be that, but there's a real world where it could be that, and that's what I think people need. And that's what I'm saying. The biggest part of this is if he commits to KU tomorrow or today, if that's happening today, then Bill Self stay, and I'll put 90% faith in that.
Yeah, I probably agree with that.
And listen to Portal Paul's point, we got a week until this thing opens up. Like, if you're gonna do something with Bill Self,
I said what I just said, looking at the portal list right now, and I'm probably going to need some other stuff in there, but it's hard because this year's
you know why, Jacob? Because the portal's not open. Why are they allowed to do this?
Right. That's what I mean. Like you can say you're entering, though. The portal's just not open.
They need to crack down. That Tennessee crap is BS.
No. I'm talking about players can say.
Like, I know, but honestly, like if I was the NCAA, like I think at some point you can do that behind closed doors, but I think that you needed to stop with the I will be going in the portal. I think that and you can't really control that all the whole way, but like if you want people to stop recruiting people, tell people that to stop going in the portal before the portal's open.
What legs do you have to stand on, though?
You know what happens in the NFL if you do a deal behind closed doors before free agency happens? You'll lose a draft pick.
I know, but the players aren't getting in trouble in the NFL for saying I'm not coming back here, which is basically all these guys are saying. When the portal opens, I'm gonna be there.
But the other part of it is if Lundblade, Tennessee, if he goes on a visit with Tennessee today and kind of under the table handshake, like, hey, I'll come here when this portal opens, and then he commits on the first day of the portal, like that happens in the NFL, you're getting fined.
Yeah,
that's my point.
Yeah,
there's just no rules.
Player,
and I'm glad Paul Mills, hope Kevin Saul's listening. We got an integrity-filled basketball program, and I'm glad because I hate that crap so much. Follow the freaking rules.
Well, it's not hard. It's not hard. And yeah, we'll see with these freshmen. Rick says Burries and Pete both top 15. We said top 10. I don't think either of them are in the top 10 yet. Maybe they are. They're the exception right now, for sure. Arizona's freshmen. And I'm not saying the freshmen aren't awesome. I would never not recruit Darren Peterson or DeBonsa or Acuff or Flemings. I don't think we're talking about freshmen of that caliber. How far down the list do you have to go to get Tyron Stokes? As far as a prospect, if
Tyron Stokes play basketball, if Tyron Stokes was eligible for this year's draft based on, whatever, I'd say he probably goes top 15.
15?
Yeah, he's a lottery pick probably, but he's not a top 10 pick with
we'll see. And I haven't watched his game. None of what I've said is anything about it. I've never seen a kid play basketball. I don't go down that far I wait till they get to college basically. But I'm talking holistically. I'm not sure that is the path for Kansas to get where they need to go. Let's go to the KFH hotline. We've got Gary on the line as a portal question. Gary, what's up? Welcome into Sports Daily.
I've got a question about how it all actually works. If John plays for WSU and both KU and K-State think that he could help them out, can they approach him, ask him to enter the portal? Does he have to enter the portal before they can discuss anything with him?
Well, the rules would say yes. We know for a fact, or all as close to a fact as you can get, without putting in somebody on a lie detector, that kind of thing happens all the time. Go listen to the Dabo Sweeney press conference about how Ole Miss was actively recruiting his players. If you want to, go listen to that, and you'll get, they're supposed to not have contact until the portal opens and players enter the portal, but we know that's not all. I hope Paul Mills is one of the many who don't do that, like you said, but we know that doesn't happen because it can be anybody. It can be an assistant. It could be a booster. It could be a math teacher. It could be anybody that says, hey, what would you think? Just throwing it out there. What would you think of possibly, come? Yeah, of course that happens.
Yeah, that's the illegal part.
Yeah, I just wondered at what point it became legal to talk to him. So
well, and that's happened before.
The hard part about this
recruiting lines have been blurry since the beginning of time. It just now includes the transfer portal.
The now part as well, that is the gray area, is now, your agent can reach out on behalf of you, which they really can't, but they can. They can reach out on behalf of you while you're still playing for one team and talk to a coach and say, hey, if he were to go in, what do you think about this? And then that's how, your parents can do it and you can't. And there's a lot of gray area and blurry lines in there, and it's all just kind of illegal, but not really illegal.
Right.
Just a little illegal, Gary. That's all.
Yeah.
Appreciate the call. Yeah, it's a mess. And it'll get better. It'll get better. I'm so excited for Wichita State. I can't. Like you can feel it. We've thought so for 3 months now. Like, this feels like something here. Like we've been waiting for this, and now those guys come back.
Hey,
I love that TJ Williams did what he did. TJ Williams has been a shocker.
Good answer by Paul Mill too, saying, "Hey, you said it at a press conference yesterday. What are you gonna have to ask you?"
Back out of that now. You already committed.
You want a big man to replace Okorafor if he doesn't get his waiver? 7'9" center Oliver Rue is in the portal.
I saw that. I want Okorafor to get his waiver and come back to Wichita State. I think, look, that's got to be.
I think Taylor said it best, is that if he can come back, like keeping him and Berg, like say what you want about Kenyon Giles, they won a bunch of games because they rebounded.
100%. They won big games when Giles was cold at the end of the year.
Exactly.
When teams figured out how to shut Giles off. Kenyon Giles had an all-time shocker season, will be an all-time shocker great that fans will love forever. And I hope someday we see him playing in the TBT in the summertime.
He feels like
awesome.
a TBT legend.
Awesome player. But I don't think the strength of the Shockers this year was because Kenyon Giles was Steph Curry out there, which he was at times. It was because of the style of basketball they played, which is repeatable with the players that they're bringing back so far.
Biggest side story yesterday is that the Shockers have fully leaned into the fact that they call Wilberg the Iceberg, which is the coolest nickname that they've had in a long time. Shout out to the guy at Coke Arena that sits behind the basket, behind where media sits. The Iceberg!
The Iceberg!
I love it. I love it so much.
There's two loud voices that stand out above everybody at a Shockers game. It's that lady that sits up kind of behind one of the goals, and it's that guy with the iceberg, because his is a timing thing. His is always just the right timing. All right, we'll come back. Let's get to Royals. We had home opening day yesterday, a day off today. Let's recap what we saw and what we've seen through the first 4 games when we return.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Sports Daily is on KFH.
All right, welcome back in, everybody, to Sports Daily. Glad to have you with us here. Thanks to Crestview Country Club for being a great part of the program. Easter weekend, they've got all kinds of festivities. TJ, they're dropping Easter eggs with helicopters for the kids to get out there and chase. That'll be cool. That's happening. And then a big Easter brunch. When I say a big Easter brunch, shout out to my guy who does the prime rib every year. We always chat it up as he's slicing off a big old hunk of prime rib for me. That's one of our
my family always, whenever we go to grandma's house, it always felt like prime rib on Easter.
Yeah, my family back home does prime rib on Thanksgiving, which is the holiday I'm not home for. That's what they've chosen to do. Sometimes we do it on Christmas, but yeah, that's become a tradition for us. We always do Easter brunch at Crestview. They have all kinds of that's the thing for us. We don't have family here outside of ours. It's a great asset for us in that way, and of course, the golf and all the activities are fantastic right now. Trying to talk my wife, TJ. Shout out to Crestview Country Club. Give them a call, ask them about all the great memberships. Trying to talk my wife into a golf cart right now. I'm going on about 5 years of like top priority of things on my like wish list of things to have. It's a golf cart. We've entered that stage of life, trying to convince her that we can call it a tennis cart and see if that works. I think we're close. We're close to finally conning her into it, I think. But we'll see. We'll see.
I need to play golf. I'm so excited to play golf.
I do too. I think I'm playing later this week.
I think this is finally. I kept telling everybody yesterday. I mean, I was at the K for 14 hours yesterday, and everybody's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "This is the last time, man. We're at the finish line. You might as well sprint." And after this, like, golf is gonna get played.
Things chill. A little time. Yeah, it will. We're there. I mean, we're there. We've got. Let's see. You've got on the radar of events soon. We got the Royals out of the way yesterday. You got Wind Surge this week. Basketball, there's not one. Now that's it, right? And then we enter track season, state track.
Right
there's
now,
not another big one until
people,
state track.
We hit this, and then it'll basically be some spring high school things for us. And then we hit state track is a big day. And then it's usually like I think it takes you from state track to Wichita Open to Big 12 Media Days.
You gotta go TBT in there now.
TBT. I can't remember if TBT is before or after Media Days. It's
July.
somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're usually about the same. And then it's training camp, and then you go. You just got the one thing each month is get you by.
Oh, the draft. We got the draft coming.
Oh, the draft in April. Okay.
And World Cup this year too.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that impacts us at all, but World Cup is happening. I was talking to some of the KC people yesterday. I was like, yeah, the Royals, it slows down. And they're like, not for us. We got World Cup. And I was like, oh, God, no, it's not going to slow down. That's going to be like the biggest thing you've had since this first, Chiefs playoff run.
Yeah.
That's going to be insane, maybe bigger. All right. Speaking of the Royals, big day yesterday. Nice win. Comfy. 3-1. In control. They did a nice job. Got the great pitching again. The offense is puttering along. Garcia and Witt have been good. Vinny, Salvi, Cags, your power production. If you want to include Carter Jensen, then I feel like it's too early for that. But Cags, Vinny, Salvi.
Here, let me
not
let me
there
give you
yet
this.
with the power.
This was pointed out by a Royals fan on Twitter yesterday after the lineup came out, this is called irony, folks. They pointed out that Kansas City might be the only team in the league to have all three outfielders as their 7, 8, 9 hitters. That tells you about the production of their outfield of going Cags, Collins, Isbell, and 8, 9 hitters both hit home runs, and you won the game because of them yesterday.
Yeah.
That's called irony.
Yep. And your 8, 9 hitters hitting home runs is a big part of what the Royals are going to do this year. But, you've got to have the middle of the lineup productive. And honestly, like I wouldn't normally be overly concerned, except we've seen slow starts from Vinny and Salvi. Like we've seen this before. We need those guys to start a little quicker. And especially if the pitching is going to come out of the gates hot again, boy, the Royals could win a bunch of games early. I haven't even looked at their schedule yet or anything. They're playing the Twins, opportunity to win there, obviously. Brewers next. Brewers will probably be pretty good this year. Then it's Guardians, White Sox. You got a Detroit and Yankees road trip coming up. Baltimore. Like there probably isn't much of a schedule relief early, but April, these first, let's call it 2 weeks of April, like they probably need to win some games because you got a 6-game. They better hit the ball. That's all I'm saying. Like we can't do this again. It's the biggest cautionary tale like we've had all off season. Like I'm so excited for this lineup, but wait, it's the same lineup, pretty much. Gotta have it.
Yeah,
can't have another slow start for Vinny and Salvi. Games in.
I mean, we've said it in the off season. Like, nothing changed to make you excited, but you're excited because you feel like it's there.
Yeah.
I think that, again, it's game 4. I think that there is room to improve, obviously. So I don't know, but I think to the point, this was something I saved yesterday as well, is that John Sherman talked about like what the rotation is and like they can roll 8 deep basically. And like, and then is that what it's going to be again? Like, are the Royals
even more than that, TJ? If Reagans and Lugo and Bubic are just like back healthy,
that's what I'm asking. Are the Royals going to make the playoffs because they've got insane starting pitching again?
Well,
I don't think that's what we want. But I think that may be what happens.
I mean, you'd always want that. I know,
but you'd rather score 5 runs a game.
For me, well, not when you get to the playoffs. You'd rather have the pitching. For me, I would say I have expected and probably still expect some regression from the starting rotation. I expect the bullpen to be a little deeper. Maybe that washes each other out. And I expect the lineup to be better too, though, with my high expectations. So if the lineup's not better and I expect starting pitching regression, that scares me a little bit. Salvi's a year older. And Jack Caglione, we're still kind of hanging on to what might be. Everything else, though, is pretty solidified. I don't think Michael Garcia's season was a fluke last year. He's been showing signs of that for a little while.
By the way, they went full Michael yesterday.
Who did?
Everybody.
Not on the broadcast. I've listened to 2 or 3 games right here on KFH, and they're saying
Jake,
Michael.
No, Jake called him Michael. I listened on Sunday.
Sunday mowing the yard.
I listened Sunday, and they called him Michael. And then yesterday,
first started the game for Eisenberg, he called him Michael Garcia.
PA yesterday called him Michael, and he went up to the plate. I think Quattraro and JJ both called him Michael in their press conference. I think they're just going Michael.
Eisenberg had Michael on Sunday to start the game because I was listening to it.
We need to get him in and discuss nothing else except phonetics.
Yeah. Well, listen, there are going to be mistakes made. There is very much an AAC, American Athletic Conference versus American thing going on here. I
just don't know. Like, I know that, is this a situation where it's, Travis Etienne Achane, where he says, "Call me Achane," which is what you should do if
instead
it's
of a chain.
Yeah, whatever he wants to be called. I don't know. Whatever he wants to be called. I don't even know what it is, but not Etienne. He says out loud, "I want you to call me this now that I'm back in New Orleans." Or is it a Travis Kelce situation where his name is Kels, but it kind of isn't Kelce, and he just says,
Kelsey's got too much riding on the way people say his name.
Exactly. I don't know if
Travis. What did Travis Etienne say it should be pronounced?
I think it's Achane or Achane.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we've had that before, but our Etienne here in Wichita for the Shockers was Etienne.
It's like French.
Well, it's all French, no matter how it's pronounced. Achane. We already have an Achane for the Dolphins.
That was you're a month late to the story, but he did his introductory press conference in New Orleans because he's from Louisiana, and he said, "Now that I'm back home, I want you to call me this because this is my name."
First of all, it is not my responsibility to know that. It is yours in headlines I missed.
I thought I said
Second of all, I did not see this one, but I have seen that last name debated at great length throughout history of sports.
Yeah.
The different ways that last name is pronounced.
I don't know. Like, I feel like I don't want to call him Michael if he wants to go by Michael, but by all accounts,
if he wants to go by Michael, I'm going to call him Michael. But I'm also reserving the right to forget and say Michael occasionally.
That's fine. If he wants to be called Michael, like, I feel like it's just rude if you don't call him Michael on purpose. But correct. I also think that it could be a situation where it's the Kelsey, where it's like, yeah, call me Michael. Sure, I don't care.
Well, yeah, Kelsey doesn't. You can't change that. Here's the question, though. When he and T-Swizz get married, is she Taylor Kelsey?
No
is she
way.
Taylor Swift Kelsey?
She's going to be Taylor Swift Kelsey and go by Taylor Swift. 100%.
But is it Taylor Swift Kels?
That's something.
What is she going to say? Is she going to say the correct way?
Is it Donna Kelsey or is it Ed Kelsey? Does the
good news for her is their pop culture name is Taylor and Trav, right? Am I right on that? So nobody's saying like Swift and Kelsey, isn't it? Taylor and Trav, or
sure, I don't know. I've seen Tavis, a lot of Tavis going on. Tavis is a big
one. Traver, no,
Traveler.
Traveler, that's right. Yeah, like Traveler. I'm Team Traveler. By the way, does she go Kels or does she go Kelsey? Does she take the name?
I don't know. I think the biggest question is, what does Donna and Ed go by? Because I think they just have bought into it being Kelsey now too.
They don't care. What they go by is I don't care. Know. My family was with my wife when we got married was still on TV, and she on air kept her maiden name because that was her name. Like that's what everybody knew. And there were a few people in my family like, wait, whoa. Like, why are you not? And she's like, well, I am. Like, my name is Michelle Albrock, but on TV, I'm still
it gets weird.
Michelle
it gets weird on
Langowski.
TV of what you go by. Yeah, exactly.
Like she had spent 10 years like nurturing that name in the community and like getting it up.
It's a whole thing. Yeah, it's a whole thing. I don't know. I say this all as well. Like, we're really deep in the rabbit hole about this now. But like, I say this as a guy whose name is Tejay. Like, I have, whenever I was a kid, especially like in high school, if you spelling wise, if you wrote down and said my name was TJ, I corrected you every single time, and I would not let you live. And like, it's Starbucks, like I'd get mad about it. And now it's just like a convenient. Now it's like a convenience thing, and I'm like, it's TJ. Just put TJ. But like, if you're sending me a text and you call me TJ, I'll correct you half the time usually.
You can't now because everyone talk texts, and talk texting is putting Tejay. Like, I talk text my kids' names and they get misspelled in there, and I don't even correct it anymore. I'm like, whatever. I know how to spell my kid's name, but the talk text doesn't. I don't have time for this. I have the last name that is pronounced correctly 5% of the time. Like, never. When people don't know it, you got to just roll with that. Albright, Albrecht, Albratchet,
I love Siri. Whenever I ask Siri, sorry to everybody whose phones are around here, I just made that go off. I love whenever I tell her to text Jacob Albrecht and she says, "What do you want to say to Jacob Albrecht?"
Yeah,
every time.
She knows though.
Michael Schwanke. Michael Schwanke is Michael Schwank. That's a good one too.
Well, we had a Schwanke for the Shockers. Hey Siri, play a fart noise. Does that work? Like, does that work on everybody that's listening's phone right now?
Sometimes.
I hope so. We're going to start doing that. My phone just lit up. My phone just lit up for that's awesome. I don't use Siri that way. I just I hit the little just microphone
torment people.
Texting.
They got the A. Yeah, I'm not
we should definitely
start setting off smart speakers across the world.
Yes. What other smart speakers? Google. Hey Google.
You know her name. I can't say it out loud.
Alexa. Yeah. Hey Alexa, play fart noises. We're gonna do this to everybody. What's the Google one? What's the other smart speaker that's out
Google,
there?
I think.
Hey Google.
I think so.
Hey Google, play fart noise. I hope. Report back to us, everybody. Report back if this works, because this could be a lot of fun for us. Maybe not for anybody else that we could have here on the airwaves that may be getting taken away from us now. Oh well. Royals don't play tonight, unfortunately. I hate these days off. I'm so ready for that to be done. These rain delay days off drives me insane. I'm ready to get back to what we do have today, though, is Shocker baseball against Washburn, 10:45. We have Shocker softball against OU. That game's this week.
Today, I think.
Yeah, it'll be a OU's not like
Shocker baseball. Doesn't Shocker baseball play KU tonight too?
Do they?
I believe so.
My schedule right now, I've got it against Washburn. We will check the notes.
Oh, maybe I'm backwards. You're right. It is Washburn.
Okay. All right. We're coming right back. We got more Sports Daily. Don't go away.